Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So we are back with some good positions in the table और qualify हो गए basically अपन अभी semi-finals के लिए. So Rohan, what do you think went specifically right? Relatively like पिछला World Cup भी अपन technically देखेगा तो difference एक game का था और वो दो छक्कों का था I would say. पिछले साल के वर्ल्ड कप कैंपेन में और इस साल के अपन तभी डिस्क्वालीफाई हो गए थे क्योंकि देयर वाज नो कोहली नॉक. और इस बार बस वही है, अपन एक और गेम हारे ही है जैसे अपन न्यूजीलैंड के सामने आ रहे थे, बट वी आर थ्रू दिस टाइम. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक वेंट राइट?
I think, see, one the Kohli knock that will 20, 30 years down the line, we will still be talking about that knock. And the other big difference, I think, for us is Surya Kumar Yadav this season. Because if you see 2014 World Cup campaigns and the 2016 World Cup campaigns as well, our leading run scorer was Kohli. But after that, we didn't have anyone for like another 100, 200 run margin. Maybe koi aas-paas nahi tha. So I think this year we have Kohli and then we have Surya Kumar Yadav as well. And when you talk about impact, the kind of impact knocks that he plays, he has been up there with anyone in the world. And if you see just 2022, I don't think I remember a full 16 where we had the World Cup in March, so we didn't play too many T20 as after June, July. But this year, since we have the World Cup a little bit late, the entire year we have had T20 Is. So I don't think in international cricket, I haven't seen a better T20 year in terms of impact and also the fact that he bats as four, does not open the innings or bats at three for that matter. So I think the biggest difference is Surya Kumar Yadav and Virat Kohli in terms of batting. And in terms of bowling, I think Arshdeep Singh, we spoke about him in the pre-World Cup chat as well, and we said that he had a good Asia Cup and he had a good run coming in. But to take that responsibility against Bangladesh, especially bowling with the slightly wetter ball, it takes a lot of courage, and he delivered the goods for us. So I think overall we've been very good in all three departments. Yes, we had that off day in the field against South Africa, but that things will happen in this kind of tournament. But I think these have been my takeaways. What about you?
Absolutely. I think even in our previous video, so those of you who are watching, hopefully some of you still are. If you guys see, we predicted two things. One, we said that there has never been a time in history in which Kohli has been so under the radar. Matlab, before the starting of the World Cup, people were not talking about Kohli. So I think he had that perfect mind space, where he didn't feel probably that pressure because he was not the number one expected number one batsman in the team. That was Surya even before the World Cup. And the second player we named was Surya himself, where we said we haven't seen like uske jitna acha average plus strike rate ka combo of any player in history of the game. Not only T20s, one day mein to probably utna strike rate nahi hota hai, but in the history of the game, we haven't seen that kind of a combo. It's just phenomenal, man. I think AB de Villiers was the first one who changed the laws of where you can hit sixes, and Surya Kumar Yadav is kind of the next gen AB, where AB is still at a different level, I would say, but those shots, I mean, if you see against Netherlands, see, I know we'll come to that Kohli ka wo inning was like mind-boggling, but if you see Surya's innings versus the Netherlands, those sixes, wide line के बाहर ऑफ साइड पे से वो फाइन लेग के ऊपर मिडल ऑफ द बैट से सिक्स मार रहा है. So that's just I don't know how you get there, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure he practices a lot, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot to do with natural instinct as well, but it's next level.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's so good to see two completely different batters have two completely different formulas for their success, because Kohli does not play any of those, and Sky probably doesn't do the things that Kohli does. And to see them have close to 240, 250 runs each in this World Cup, it's been great to see, and the partnerships that they have also been massive for us. Do you think we are lacking somewhere or anything like that coming the knockout stage?
Yeah, I think we have many holes in our armor, to be very honest. Our opening, Rohit Sharma has been off color, specifically. Even Rahul has been, but off late in the last two games, he's reversed, and he's looking very good now, actually. Secondly, Hardik Pandya, he's under the radar right now. People are not talking about him because Apan jeet rahe, but even against Pakistan, he struggled.
With the bat.
people, yeah, with the bat specifically, people would say that, oh, he's, anchor kar raha tha, but that was not right. For people who saw the game, dikh raha tha ki wo short and wide, jo wo, away from his
Yeah.
body, shot fast, is still something that will trouble him. So finisher thing is just another thing where, if Surya gets out early, what happens? DK is kind of untested. I don't know why they played Pant for one game. That didn't make much sense to me. And even in our bowling, I would say if the ball doesn't swing early on, that's a threat, and which we will face in Adelaide now, where उतना swing नहीं मिलता है जितना MCG या सिडनी पे वैसे टर्न मिलता है, but Adelaide पे तो certainly उतना नहीं मिलेगा जितना MCG पे मिल रहा था. So we have to be mindful of about that. So I'll say Shami will play an important role. वो भी वो kind of उसके बारे में भी बहुत ज्यादा बात नहीं हो रहा है अभी, but yeah, I think he's done a very good job. So
yeah, Shami,
Banesh,
especially
he
coming
doing
in from the cold, because he wasn't picked he had COVID before, came directly to Australia, played that 1 over against Australia in the warm-up, and since then he has just not looked back. So we had a lot of questions regarding our bowling attack come the World Cup, but I think they have done exceedingly well. If you see Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, and I think Rohit, the captain, has used Bhuvi very well. Like 3 over उसको start में डलवा देता है ताकि there's not and keeps Arshdeep for another 2 at the back end so that there's not too much pressure on him. And the extra 6 bowler, if he has already bowled him in the middle of the innings, then he doesn't need to use that extra over as well. So I think that has been very good from Rohit's part as well. Also coming to Rohit in terms of batting, in the last 12 months, I think we have seen that high risk, high reward strategy that he has implemented for himself more than the others doing that. So I think it's a continuation of that. But I think come the knockout stages, if there's like a mini collapse, if Rahul goes early, then I think he has to like not do that for some time, because it's a knockout at the end of the day and you have to be mindful of the situation. But I back him to come good. Also, one more thing that I'm very happy about is they have gone, at least in this World Cup, they have not done the all-out attack approach. Like they have played it game by game. You don't need, if you're uh, consider the Netherlands game. If Kohli and Rohit think, oh, we have won against Pakistan, we'll just cruise through this game and things like that. We were 36 for 1 in the power play. They know they can cover up at the back end, and then we got 180. So if they go hard at that time and concede a couple of wickets there, then there is good chance that we could end up with 140. So I think they have played the opponent well, to be very honest. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think another factor about that, I was doing some reading. So if you remember our 2017 or 16, was it, where we lost 4-1 in the ODIs and won 3-0 in the T20s in Australia versus Australia? If you remember that.
2016, yeah. Yeah.
So in that tour, ODIs में 350 तो ऐसे ही बन रहे थे. But अभी आप देखोगे तो there has been a lot of swing up front. So it seems like the balls they are using is of a different batch, which are supposedly supposed to swing more so that there's a more even contest. So I think that's a big one. So I think India played it very well. इतना अपन ने approach का बात किया. So still they were mindful कि ठीक है यार, swing हो रही है. The first 10 overs let's not lose the plot, which we kind of did versus Pakistan. वैसा अपन ने उसके बाद repeat उतना नहीं किया है. Also अपना maybe versus England that might have to change because it's a knockout, and if we have to bat first, it will be important to take the attack as well. Because,
and it's they bowl Stokes in the power play. So Stokes is not someone who is going to move the ball around too much. Vokes probably will do, but even Sam Curran, Butler only uses him for an over in the power play. Wood is the only guy with extra pace, and I think Rahul and Rohit will both enjoy that, to be very honest. So I think in terms of England, the matchups helped India, but it's a knockout, and we have seen our record in the past in the knockouts. So hopefully a little bit of luck here and there, and we should be good. Well, what's your take on the semi-finals and finals? The semi-finals of India, just India.
I think India versus England, it will be I would say, decider of who will win the World Cup, to be very honest. I think it's a virtual final because I know न्यूजीलैंड से अपन कभी जीते नहीं है शायद T20 वर्ल्ड कप्स में, बट
हम लोग कहीं नहीं जीतते उनसे।
कहीं नहीं जीतते अपन, बस बायलैटरल इंडिया में जीतते
बायलैटरल में उनको मारते हैं
हैं
बस।
कि भाई हार के जाओ, आओ हरा के जाओ। बट आई थिंक टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, इंग्लैंड seem to be favorites. Even before the World Cup started, we were,
Yeah.
I said England and Australia, which they are out.
Hmm.
But for India to win, I think we talked about this concept before the Pakistan game, that it's the first punch winner. I think the one who gets on top first will win. Although Pakistan ke samne it was till the end idhar
That
udhar ho
was
raha.
a miracle,
Correct,
magical.
correct. But I think in a knockout game, especially with India's recent record of kind of not doing so well in knockout stages, we have to hit the first punch. Like either agar batting pehle aa rahi hai, to be 80 for one or something like that in 10 overs, be stable. Bowling aa rahi hai, to wickets with the new ball. We have to get at least a stable start. You can't start faltering behind and then just trying to play catch up. What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah. Similar approach. Keep things as they are. Hope for a Sky, Kohli, Rohit, Rahul, Hardik, सबका master class with the bat and the key five bowlers with the ball. But one question: would you play Pant or DK in the semis?
I was actually about to come to that point. Yeah, I think I would say they kind of, I don't know what happens in the semis, but unnecessary tha Pant ko khilana unless
Yeah.
DK was seriously injured. I would go with DK just because of game time. Pant ko yaar आप एक game देते हो और finisher का role in Australia versus not so many spinners.
Hmm.
I would back Karthik here because those sweep lap shots death पे काम आ सकते हैं.
Hmm.
जो I think Pant middle overs he can play like Sky का role, God forbid उसको कुछ हो जाता है तो Sky जैसा player लगता है मुझे Pant rather than Karthik who can play those cheeky shots and try to get behind the stumps more runs at the death. What do you think?
Yeah. I'll play DK just because of they've backed him this entire tournament. So I don't think bringing in Pant now makes too much sense. And the key for Rahul and Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma has been there, backing the players. So I think DK stays and hopefully we get onto the final.
What do you think? Do you think there are any what do you think the odds are? Do you think there is some issues with the Indian team or like
No,
any?
not really. I think we have played the situations well. Because different players have stood up at different times. Okay, DK did not get too much game time, but if you're, I'd rather have that than DK trying to bail us out each time, which means that our top order, top five is doing a very good job, and I think they have. Hardik, yeah, slightly with the bat, you can say that, but we know he's a big game player. He likes the क्या बोलते हैं semis finals ऐसा key matches आया तो he likes the pressure. So hopefully he likes England on Thursday. And yeah, I don't think there are too many areas of concern, to be honest. It's just about how we perform on the day. I know if we fail tomorrow, then there will be so many questions again. But right now, I think the team is in a good space. They've been doing wonderful things this tournament as well as the last 12 months as well. So if they continue doing that, then hopefully we'll have a great session on Monday.
For sure, I have a feeling we'll go through. I think अपना
Yeah,
World Cup, but let's
yeah.
hope for it.
Let's see.